Baldur's Gate 3. Game Capsule Review.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Game Capsule review, but this time, instead of a newly released game, we're going to be covering one of the greatest games ever made, in my opinion. And it is amazing. It is Baldur's Gate 3. This game is only $70. I have put over 300 hours into this game, easily. I put over 200 hours of that in the last month and a half of playing. Now, you might be asking, oh, well, why didn't you play it sooner? Why didn't you make a review sooner? You know what? Life happened. I was busy, okay? I didn't have time. I had things come up. I was busy. But now I'm making it. A $70 game that won Game of the Year, that has currently, as of today, on a work day, in the middle of the day, 70,000 players on Steam alone. A game that has crushed all expectation. A game not created for you to spend money in it, but to spend money on it and then enjoy what the game is. It's a game created for the player, for the consumer, for you. Larian knew that this game would sell, so they created it with pure passion, love, and energy to give you a masterpiece. So the question is, what is Baldur's Gate, right? So Baldur's Gate is, in its simplest terms, a turn-based action RPG strategy game set in the Swords of the Coast D&D world, revolving around, you've guessed it, Baldur's Gate. The game is so full of story that 174 hours of the game alone is cutscenes. It could be different cutscenes, and you won't see every cutscene in one playthrough. Now, why wouldn't you, right? I spent $70. Why can't I see all the cutscenes in one playthrough? It's because it's based off of your decisions, right? This game is not going to hold your hand. It's not like every AAA game that tells you how you're going to play the game. You're going to do this. You're going to go over here. See this mission? Go here. No, Baldur's Gate 3 lets you do whatever you want. You could start the game off, right? You could go to the first town. And while you're there, just say, no, I don't want to do any of this. Just go about your own way. You could go through the whole story without doing a single side quest, without doing a single legitimately main story quest. And the game will progress without you. It will continue to go on. It will show you a cutscene when you leave that area of what happens because you didn't intervene. And that's okay. You can do whatever you want. You could be completely evil. You can kill an entire village that did absolutely nothing wrong. You can eat somebody's hand. You can lose your mind and hang out with goblins. Have a great time. Or you can be the holiest of men, the holiest of women, and go around and smite all of the hellish creatures that exist and walk on this plane. You could be a godly paladin and just take people out because you believe that they don't deserve to live. Or you could just be a normal person and play however you want. That's up to you. And the game only tells you, hey, there's a worm in your head, and you were on this ship and now you're not. Have fun. That's all it does. You got companions that all have storylines. Storylines that are actually super in-depth. Not just, oh, my name's Jeff, and I'm a guy. No, they have full, in-depth storylines that build and progress as you play with that character in your party, side dialogue that happens while you're adventuring. And then, not only that, you get to make decisions for them, quote unquote, and it will drastically change the person itself. Change their attitude, change their persona, change how they act around everybody else, how they treat people, how they treat you. Or they can get them killed. But that's all up to you. You make those decisions. For $70, the world is yours. This is all you. Now, who doesn't want a game that you can shoot magic out of your hands and smite people and send them to hell and just hide in the shadows and stab people in the back and be this evil do-gooder? Like, you could do literally anything and get away with it. Now, the only thing is that this game does have a learning curve. The learning curve is a little steep at times. And if you guys want, I can make a whole entire video and post it on YouTube and try to post as much as I can on TikTok of the entire learning curve and how to play this game. I could do that. I am going to make a video on tips and tricks for the hardest game mode of this game because I have completed what is known as Honor Mode. I am on probably my 50th reset and my second full playthrough because I'm actually getting close to finishing it again. But there are tips and tricks on how to make it easier. And these tips and tricks can help with the main game too, but if you want to learn the basics, I can do an entire video on that. But this game is stunning, beautiful, amazing, well put together, well made. The storyline is so rich that I got lost in it and couldn't stop playing it. So if you get a chance, $70, worth it. Discounted? Oh, absolutely. If you pick this game up for $40, it'll be the best $40 you have ever spent in your entire life. Ever. Forever. Guaranteed.